On this episode of The Modern Medic, we're talking with the training team. And welcome back to another podcast of The Modern Medic. Today I'm really excited. I've got the TacMed training team with me. Everyone bar Michelle from the RTO. I'll just throw that one out there. So today we've got Pep, Ben, Matty Pepper, and we've got Katie. I say Matty Pepper because we've got multiple Matts here in TacMed, so we've really got to differentiate between the Matts. So guys, been an awesome few days. Thanks for being compulsory forced onto the podcast and video.
Thanks for ordering us to come down.
Yeah. What do they used to call it? Rock paper rank.
Yeah. You got that?
Oh,
there we go. Rock paper rank. Got to come down.
Did they teach that? Did they teach that at RMC? No.
I don't know. I was drunk the whole time.
All right, guys. So first of all, for those of you who haven't met our training team, I think we'll just work our way around and introduce our listeners to who you are, what you do in TacMed. So Ben, you want to start us off?
Oh, hello, listeners. My name's Ben Daverin, and I'm the BDM of training and many other things. And I have the amazing role of building solutions and student learning journeys and all of the fantastic experiences that we do in the training team. So it's a very enjoyable job, and I hope if I haven't worked with you, then give me a call, send me an email. Let's do this.
I think for those of you who've been following TacMed for a period of time, I think they'll know Ben Daverin. We worked this out the other day. You're employee number 2. Aren't you? Full-time employee number 2?
Yeah, 002. Almost
002, yes.
002.
We're almost coming up to 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years. That's
5 years, which is that's just crazy.
It's 5 year. What do you get for a 5-year anniversary?
Definitely not a Rolex.
A Casio.
It's just a big W Seiko. So that's 50 years when you get the Rolex. Yeah. So next up, we might start with Pep.
Oh, yes.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Pep. How long have you been with TacMed and what do you do with us?
All right. Well, why am I so stunned right now?
You're sitting next to me. That's normal.
I'll stop it. All right. Hey, everyone. Yep. So I'm Pep. I'm actually new to TacMed. I just arrived at the perfect 2020. So, and hasn't it been a ride? It's been awesome.
And we're going to talk about that a lot. 2020 is definitely not what we planned, was it?
No.
It's actually been quite awesome, like for training, development and that. But yeah, I'll leave that to later, guys. So a bit of a backstory on me. So I just finished up 12 years in the Australian Army as a medic. For half of my career, I actually spent in special operations. What I spent most of my time doing in there is a few multiple deployments and domestic counter-terrorism. My specialties and passions is CBRN medicine and
so for those of you that haven't heard CBRN, what's CBRN, Pep?
Chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, explosive.
Nice.
Warfare. Yeah.
Lucky you didn't get it wrong.
Yeah.
That would have been so embarrassing.
It's my passion and specialty. I just
It's a subspecialty.
What does it stand for? Oh, no one's asking the question.
And I'm also an underwater medic as well. So yeah.
Awesome. Makes 2 of us and there are a couple other Jaffas at the table, isn't there? Just another first aider? Oh, come on.
How does one treat somebody underwater?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Cool.
always confuses people.
So Pep's one of our. Well, you are the newest employee of the training team, so it's awesome to have you on board. Even though 2020 hasn't quite gone to plan so far, we're only halfway though, so I feel like we're going to come out strong.
I feel like the tides are turning.
Tides are turning. So Katie, tell us about yourself. How long have you been in TacMed and what do you do?
Hi everyone, my name's Katie. I'm the training operations specialist, or not the anymore, one of the training operations specialists for TacMed Australia. So we develop and run the admin and logistics for all the training courses that TacMed deliver. Before that I was Air Force. And deliver. Before that I was Air Force. So I was the only Air Force employee in TacMed for a long time. Now we've got 2. But my background's I'm a critical care and retrieval specialist nurse.
Awesome. And you've been with us. You hit your 12 months not that long ago with us, didn't you?
Actually made 18 months now.
18 months, that's right. Time flies. Time flies when you're having fun. Time flies.
We're marking the months.
Yeah. It feels like days. And Matty, finish this off. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been with us.
Hey guys, yeah, so I'm currently the most junior full-time employee. I think didn't I lose to you by 1 week, Pep? I think I was 1 week, yeah. So I'm actually, I'm known as the Jube. I was actually told not to look at the camera, but it's been really hard not to do it.
It's not a mirror, it's a camera.
Well,
Mirror, on the wall.
So I've been just for the last few days. These guys have been putting me through an initiation as the Jube in the unit. It's been quite testing. I haven't slept for 3 days, but my background is a special operations intensive care paramedic and Army before that, and I'm the national training manager for TacMed.
Awesome. Thanks, guys, for your introduction. I suppose the elephant in the room is COVID. I think we've already sort of talked about it a little bit, and obviously our last 3 days as a training team and planning and stuff has been obviously talking about how our 2020 plans haven't quite come to fruition yet. But I think given the type of people we are, we didn't really just sit on our laurels, did we? I think we've made the best and the most of the opportunity so far, and obviously the last 3 days have been amazing talking about post-COVID planning. So I think we can probably drop a little bit of what we've been discussing the last 3 days to those who's listening.
React. Training centre.
React.
Yes. So what's I don't know if we should test Pep after a CBRN, but what's
No, Pep.
yeah,
right.
Pep,
Really
you can
enthusiastic. What is that? He said activity and curriculum training.
This is live now, so I'm like super.
So it's not live. We totally edit this. So React, we've decided we've been talking about it for a little while, but we figure there's never a good time. So this is probably the best time that we can plan and set up. So we're going to open up a TacMed training facility, and we're calling it the React Training Centre. So we're basing this out of South Brisbane. A little bit of confusion on what the suburb is. I think it's on a border. It's either Acacia Ridge or it's Cooper's Plains. We can't work out what.
Could call it Cooper's Ridge. It's the new
Cooper's
TacMed
Ridge,
suburb.
yeah. So set just in the southern suburbs of, or just south of Brisbane CBD, we're setting up a React training the TacMed React training facility. So Pep, help us out. What's React stand for?
We rubbed it off the board too. Remote emergency osteo complex tactical.
I'm being picked on.
It's right there.
I don't know my glasses.
It's remote emergency austere complex and tactical.
So that's the type of medicine that we specialise in TacMed. So the remote emergency austere complex and tactical medicine is what we do. It's what we're passionate about. It's what we've been doing for the past 10 years. So what better thing to do is to set up a dedicated training and simulation centre that's focused towards medical training in those environments. So we're really excited about that. I mean, the excitement in the room last 3 days talking about React has been pretty. It's been
Just the opportunities that we're going to have in South Brisbane, I think, is going to be amazing.
Queensland's been good to us, despite being based here in Coffs Harbour in the mid-north coast of New South Wales. We just seem to do so much in Queensland. We love working with a lot of government agencies up there. Obviously, we do a lot with the police. We do, what else? RFS. What are they not called RFS? QFS.
Hopefully we can do some stuff like supporting military.
SES, military. We've done a little bit of military up there, yeah.
The big game changer for me is, though, that we can start expanding more into the austere and complex and the sort of remote environment, which we've been working towards for quite some time, but we've really been working a lot more on the tactical side. And this gives us the opportunity to really open up to start really building into those new areas,
Yeah,
which is
100%.
super exciting.
And to be able to like evolve our own training facility for excellence, instead of having to traditionally fly away and set up a facility, we can make it like we can go full TacMed. You know what I mean? Like the buy 10 factor.
Oh, for sure. The 10X, the TacMed 10X. So, I mean, we were discussing that we've run lots of different like Cert 2s, advanced resus, advanced first aid for the mining resource sector. But it's difficult, isn't it? Logistically, flying, staff, accommodation, and then you look at all their equipment, like some of our mannequins weigh 75 kilos.
Sending like pallets,
Pallets, so
sometimes
two pallets to run a week-long course is logistically difficult.
And it's not your own territory as well. So for instructors, it's harder to train in someone else's patch. When it's your patch, like people come to us, they walk straight in there, they see the TacMed culture when they come in through the doors, and then we have all the training templated set up, and we can work with the clients for the best training solutions for what works for them.
And just to be able to have a drop-in facility too. People people that are driving through come by. Have
Drop
a
in as
brew.
in like abseil down from the
Drop,
roof.
yeah. There's no entry at the front. You have to scale up the side and
Breach through the
abseil
roof.
down forward, perhaps. Maybe swim through like a confined underwater rescue.
I think we somehow
Just to get coffee. Just to get coffee.
I don't know how we're going to get the fast rope through. I don't know how we're going to get the fast rope through our general manager who does our work health and safety. No, I think that's going to be the best challenge.
Yeah, we just got to get a fan from like beacon lighting and like maybe a box, and then just you like abseil down from that. So we'll figure it out. I think it'll be amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll have a door to walk through.
Yeah, with smoke. Proper smoke machine. So it is. It's going to be a work in progress. We don't want to get people's don't want to get them thinking it's going to be some world game changing simulation facility in the first few months. It's going to be a phased process of setting up React. We've definitely got some amazing ideas. Some amazing ideas on setting it up. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then the video, then we've had to move all of our plans out of camera. So we've definitely got some really good plans to open the facility, and I think everyone will be very excited to train out of there.
Yeah, he's going to be amazing to be able to just have that, the home of React.
Yes.
The home of that kind of medicine.
Yes.
And to be able to go there daily and just build the culture, just be able to walk in the door and go, smell
TacMed.
I think it's important when you see places that do a lot of rescue and things like that. There's some great facilities around Australia, but outside of the military, the ambulance, and the universities, there's not a lot of pre-hospital simulation. Definitely nothing around the areas that we focus in that remote, emergency, austere, complex, and tactical medicine. We just couldn't find anything, could we?
No, we've been trying to use it to run training out of. We can't find
Definitely,
it,
and
so.
we've had some great partnerships with obviously the guys up in Brisbane. Phil, just a legend at the Construction Training Centre there in Salisbury. Big shout out to Phil. He's been a great supporter and partner of TacMed.
Absolutely,
We've run some great courses out of there in the past. It's been awesome.
Definitely, he's helped out the ATMA guys for sure with pre-workshops.
And we've done some stuff down in West Footscray with STS, like down there, which was I think that's what fueled our desire to want to do it. You go to these amazing facilities, like imagine if we had our own home.
Definitely, the guys it's Security Training Centre, isn't it?
Security,
STS Security
down
Training
in West
Centre.
Footscray,
West Footscray.
Shout out to Lenny and the crew, they're amazing.
Yeah, so that's great, and that's I
That
suppose
seedy pub that you guys stitched me up with and made me trade in for 2 days.
That's the funny
we
thing.
make it work, right?
If it's a sticky floor, then ask no more.
And that's the funniest bit. We just look at how much really good training we've run out of shitholes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Like
And
when you-
imagine what we can do with our own facility.
Some of those early days, and I know we were laughing about it last night. When Maddie first got, so Maddie's been with us for 4 years actually as a casual. It's popped up the other day.
Still legit, but though apparently.
Yeah. So
It's a new
I
system.
think one of your first courses was it at Paddington RSL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember training in hotel rooms in Sydney. Trained at some really they worked, but they weren't our territory. And you had to make it work.
Yeah.
Whereas I think we have the opportunity now with the React Training Centre to just really take our training to the next level.
And constantly evolve, get student feedback, get visitors feedback, be like, hey,
absolutely.
What are we seeing in the contemporary, tactical, remote, austere, emergency environment? Like, what do we need to go towards? Do
We need
to
a
add
dive
roping?
pool. Okay.
We need a dive pool. We need an orca to ride. We need I need a battle tiger like He-Man. You know what I mean? Like all these kinds of things that are legitimate.
Jez, it was feedback from the customer.
It was feedback for sure. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to go too well in the budget. So, but it's going to be a focus for everything out of hospital, really, especially in that high threat, high risk environment. So mining resource, our community first responders such as SES, volunteer rescue, the rural fire service or the bushfires and stuff like that. Our parks and wildlife friends, everyone that works that may treat a critically injured or ill casualty. In a complex or high threat environment, that's what we're going to focus on. And we've got 508 square meters of warehouse to just build some amazing training facilities. It's going to, again, I just think, I wish I had a couple of $1 million to throw in this, but it's just not the reality. So I think we can still build something amazing. We're going to have our virtual reality
VR.
Is going to be there, so we can do some really immersive skill stations. Well, do our skill stations, then do some some scenarios, and then we can just highly immersive virtual reality.
And if you think about concepts like triage, where we talk about it, and if we've got the opportunity on a course, and we'll do like a mass cas where we get role players in or mannequins, but now we've got the chance to train on it, learn it, then we go and do it on mannequins, but then we go and do it in VR, and we can do it multiple times. And also during the downtime that you always have when you're running scenarios, people can be up there doing virtual reality, practicing those skills they've just learned.
Yeah. And hopefully we can get like our friends at different universities are running different paramedicine schools and stuff to come out and do like come train with us, come do simulations. I sort of think like that photo you showed me, Jez, like when we first moved into this place here in Coffs Harbour, and it was like a few trunks of mine in the corner. There was like a few little bits of equipment, and there's me and you, bit of Bunnings stuff,
bit of Bunnings warehouse,
and a table that was handmade. And now out there, it's like a bustling warehouse solution. You're almost outgrowing.
We're looking at upgrading the forklift to go higher. So I think, and React's going to be exactly the same. I think we're going to. I'm a little bit afraid to mention this grand opening date.
Oh, do we do it? Stand by. I'm not sure.
Do it.
Let's
do it.
Oh.
I think we need to throw it out there. So we're gonna look at
in for a pound, double down.
So we're gonna look at having the grand opening on the 1st of August, Saturday, the 1st of August. It's out there. So now we need to make it happen.
We're on. Let's do it.
We need to make it happen. So I think on the 1st of August, I think when we have that grand opening, it's going to be an amazing day. There'll be more info to come. We'll have links. Obviously, due to COVID, there'll be some restrictions on numbers, and we'll have some free ticket registrations there, so we don't max out in numbers. But there'll be more of that on obviously all our social medias and email lists. So if you're not following, make sure you jump on them. But I think what we're going to see on the 1st of August is not what we're going to see in 3, 6, and 9 months for React. And I think when we look in 2 years' time, what we, this is, our vision and mission for this is to be a world-class training and simulation facility. And it's not going to happen overnight. I think, we're realist enough to know that, but I'm really excited about where, especially with the Ben Davern imagination,
the only thing you've got to worry about is telling me no.
Yeah. I think the credit card.
I've got this great idea.
I think the credit card's going to be enough for that.
Just bear with me, okay? I swear it's legit. Yeah. It's only going to cost $2 million, but you'll get your return of investment.
Dabs, I saw a credit card charge come through for 2 tigers. Can you explain?
And that's not the animal; it's the helicopter.
That's right.
They're selling them cheap, man.
ADF are getting rid of tigers cheap. You know how we're talking about a crash car without a motor? It'll just be like a tiger
without a motor.
Tiger without a motor.
It hasn't got the gun, but I put a potato cannon on the front. It's good to go.
And we've talked about we've talked about courses outside the box, haven't we, Pep? So stuff. Obviously, your passion in CBRNE.
Yes. So there's a few areas we're looking at. CBRN will definitely be a great thing for us to expand on and watch that space. You'll definitely see that coming up. And also with our RCC courses, it's always been in the Blue Mountains. So just in regards to travel and all that, we're looking around the Brisbane area. And we're also looking at maritime as well, which we're really excited about.
Yes.
That's going to be so cool.
Because it's such a remote, even if you're only a few more nautical miles off the land and boat, that's a remote environment. And the chances of, the times for a helo to make that call, get the helos launched out to your winch, you're on your own for a little bit. So it's really important that you just have that training. So definitely that maritime environment, something that we're looking at. And as you said, the courses that we've run traditionally out of Sydney or Melbourne, we're going to bring to that southeast corner of Queensland with React.
Bring the roping,
everything. Yeah, we're going to have the roping. Obviously, we've got a great partnership with Bill Proctor from Safety Access and Rescue, who's been heavily involved in our RCC courses. So we're definitely going to get Bill's help in helping us design some height access rope rescue platforms within React for sure. So we can do what we normally do out on the side of a cliff, but we can start those micro skills in a I suppose a more controlled, safer environment.
And just give you the confidence before you hit the bush and
definitely, because
and get more hands on.
A lot of people haven't done it. They just haven't been exposed to that environment. Whether it's paramedics or even some of the firefighters and stuff. Not everyone does high angle rope rescue, so it'll be a good introduction. Obviously, our big focus is medicine. For us, it's just that access and evacuations are incredibly important, but us it'll revolve around that medicine in it as well. So. React. I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited. We've got tons more ideas for React, but I think we'll keep them under the radar for the. We're going to have some form of surprises. We're going to have some surprises.
Stage 1 milestone 1's the release.
Although my
1st of August, everybody be there.
1st of August.
It's going to be huge, yeah. It's going to be a big night, opening night.
Opening night. What else? What are we going to do? Sausages, maybe some white bread and tomato sauce.
Yep.
Perhaps
Going big.
Tigers.
Sun-kissed. We could get like TacMed. Maybe sun-kissed if you're out there. Do you want to see,
what you do for a sun?
What you do for a sun-kissed. Yeah, small batch
Sun-kissed.
brew, yeah. Maybe our own kombucha. If that's even how you say it, but my gut bacterium would be like, it's your first line of defense, like a good, so, all these things, like if Sunkissed, if you want to reach out and sponsor the event, go for it, no stress.
It sounds like a plan.
It's a very thirst quenching.
And so we've got a ton of ideas, and there'll be a lot more out on that, but certainly doing a lot more of our bread and butter as well, our tactical courses, mainly for that civilian context, the TECC, possibly some TCCC. As well for our military friends.
Our Cert 2s, our Cert 4s.
Definitely our Cert 2s,
our
Cert
big
4s,
courses.
the bigger courses that, you'll have your workshops there in React and then assignments and distance
Especially
learning.
if there's any crews out there that are like thinking, we work a lot with resources. I spend a lot of time working with different emergency response teams. So now we can, instead of having to have them go out on site, they can come and train at our facility. So, they can reach out.
off their swings for sure.
Yeah, come and train, keep their skills up, that's super exciting.
Which brings me to the next one is CPD. We're looking at obviously doing a lot of CPD and events and workshops in that TacMed flavour. So doing those things like doing the ramp triages, doing introduction to rescue, whether it's rope rescue, vertical rescue, door breaching to access patients, things. The very TacMed flavour, I think, is what we'll aim for with a
resus, PFC, rock truck, house and plane.
Definitely prolonged field care, extended care,
extended patient contact.
Starting to focus on some of the emerging threats that are coming through as well, like riot medicine, fireground medicine. After the bushfires that we had earlier at the year. Yeah, absolutely.
CBR, all sorts of
Yep. And so I think we might leave it at that for React, but I think everyone can tell we're pretty excited.
So excited. We'll see you on the 1st of August, everybody.
1st of August. So more to
come.
Sign up to our newsletter on the website, tacmedaustralia.com.au. Jump on our social medias to keep an eye on that. And the training team, it's been awesome having you here for a few days. It's flown by. But unfortunately, you guys need to hit the road. Normally, you'd fly in a lot of circumstances, but not a lot of flights going at the moment.
It's all road trips these days.
Well, I'd have to sell my left kidney, I think, for some of the flight costs. So,
if Qantas wants to also sponsor
us, they literally fired 6,000 people today. So I'm not sure
we do a lot of flying.
Not sure they're going to be in the sponsorship mood. Yeah. But thank you everyone for listening. Thanks to the training team for being here at Coffs Harbour at our head office. And guys, keep an ear out on everything on React, and I look forward to building it with you guys. Thanks for coming along.
Awesome. Thanks, Jez. See you guys.
Awesome. See ya.
Thank you. You gotta say goodbye, Katie.
Say goodbye, Katie.
Bye, everyone.